Test. Good morning and welcome to Sano International Cricket Ground. The fixture today between the Tigers Cricket Club and the Rising Stars. You will see the teams on your screen. Sabarish Ravichandran, who's come off 145 in a previous T20 match this season. He's good with the bat and good with the ball, an integral part to this Tigers club. Also that day, Gagan Suri made 78 odd runs. So a couple of key players for the Tigers club, the Rising Stars. On the other hand, in fact, if I should start by giving the positions of these two teams, Tigers are currently in second place on 8 points. Rising Stars are in place number 6, almost at the foot of the table. There are 7 teams in the table. They are 6th position with 3 points. Most probably should have been on 4 points, but had 1 point deducted due to a discrepancy in players' line-up lists. So a real win needed for the Rising Stars today. I think both teams have 2 matches remaining, this one included, before the quarterfinals will be decided. A lot of cricket coming up over August on Japan Cricket. Do subscribe on our social media channels across all platforms, X, Instagram and Facebook, also on YouTube. The weather here in Sano is hot, stinking hot, you'd say. It's around 30, in fact I'll go to my website for the official temperature, 33 degrees, the real feel up around 40. There's probably 4k per hour wind, so a little bit of cloud cover. You'll see bright patches and also overcast conditions, I imagine. When it gets this hot, sometimes there are thunderstorms in the afternoon. That won't affect this match. An important one. Win here would put Tigers on top of the table. Currently at top of table Group B is Sano Cricket Club on 10 points. They've had 3 wins, but they've been docked 2 points for another discrepancy. Tigers, well, they're unbeaten. They've played 2 matches for their 2 wins. And Rising Stars, their 2 matches, 1 win and 1 loss. So to guarantee themselves a quarterfinal spot, the Rising Stars need a win here. Tigers can afford a loss, but I'm sure Sabo and his team will be looking for another victory, make it 3 from 3. A good setup for a match coming up next weekend, Tigers versus Sano. It could be a top of table affair. About to get underway. First ball of the match. Lovely conditions here. To see if that is Adam, the umpire. First ball of the day. 10:02 local time, and just punched it out onto the covers. Aman Buyan, the bowler for the Rising Stars, beats the bat on this occasion. A lot of support and praise from his team. They know how important this match is. They need to start well. It's a very good batting lineup that the Tigers present. They'll want to take 2 or 3 wickets in this power play. First 6 overs. Wide called. Sachin Thakur on strike. There we go. We'll get it up on your screen. There it is. And he has a go at this one, does. And it's called wide. And almost a premeditated movement across to the offside. Bowled off out like he'd gotten close enough to hit that. and not totally in control of the shot, but good enough for a single. The first run's off the bat to go off the wides. 3 here. 3 balls remain. Umpire just holding up play for the new batsman to take guard. Looks like he wants leg stump. Marking it with a piece of chalk. He's good out there. This is Sudi, as I talked about. An earlier match where the Tigers absolutely slaughtered the Alpha Quashers, Sawaritra Richandaran and Gangan Sudi put on a massive total. 145 to Sabo and Sudi 78. Very dangerous batsman. Rising Stars can't afford to let him bat more than 10 overs. This time it's an underage. Keep it as best to try and stop it, but it's been left to third man. Lovely shot for 4 runs to start the morning off. Have a look at the JCA replay. Perhaps looking to go a little bit straighter, but keeps along the carpet, beats the inner circle. First boundary today. And this time again crunched for 4 runs. Sudi plays a couple of wonderful shots to finish the over and has given a real boost to his Tigers team. 1 over done, 13 runs from it. So I think a little bit lucky on that occasion, just squeezing it. If he'd missed out, stumps would have been taken down from the bowler, Lemon, looking to bring it into the right-handers. Driven for 4. And another excellent shot. Suri looks in fine form. "15 off 5 balls" will show you that. He's just hit some lovely 4 boundary shots today. He's only had 5 balls. This time he just turns it onto the onside behind square. Scampers through for an easy single, and that's really good cricket from Suri. Boundary followed up with a single and retains the strike for the next over. Tigers going along nicely here, 21 without loss, 2 overs gone. Aman Buyan will continue. They really need a breakthrough to the Rising Stars Tokyo, and been cranked out to the covers. Slight misfield, but doesn't cost the team any runs. Oh, chance, but will fly away for 4 runs. Well, in the book it's 4, but live action, it was a chance. Just beat the keeper's outside outstretched hand. He did glove it. He just didn't move quick enough. It would have gone quickly of Buyan's bowling. But a half chance there for the Rising Stars. And this time beats the bat again. Just goes short and outside off stump is Buyan. And clipped for 4 runs. Lovely shot. Just using his wrists and taking a low full toss and clipping it onto the onside. The beauty here was dissecting the fielders. And a lovely shot from Thakir. That'll feel better for him in his innings. He just struggled a wee bit, but they could have set him alight. This time goes over mid-off for another 4. Some early fireworks there from the Tigers team. They've probably got a total in mind of 170, 180. And he just clears the front leg and absolutely wallops it. Buyan comes back with a wider one, and it will be adjudged wide. Helped by the batsman taking a big swing and miss. Just on the width It was. This is actually Thakur on strike. Your screen is wrong. Sudi is the non-striker. He's number 26. Thakur, having hit a couple of boundaries this time, plays just good cricket. Boundary, then a single. Keep rotating the strike. These two are going hot. Tigers currently 34 without loss. As I say, a lot of cricket coming up over the next 4 to 8 weeks for T20 and 40 over format stuff for the Japan Domestic League. This T20 competition, as I say, Tigers are in second place, Sano at top. This was Group B. Group A, it's the Kawasaki Knight Riders, Serra Knights and Max, all tied for first place. So the last couple of rounds, important ones for all teams. Just on figuring where they'll sit, whether they make the top 4 of the group to qualify. Alam will be the new bowler for the Rising Stars. Abu Hasnat Alam from the mountain end here at Sano on a hot day. He's just jogging in and he starts with a wide one, and well, you can call that a loosener. I feel the Tigers will really look to go after this bowling. They'll really want to get as maximum benefit from the first 6 overs as possible. Crunch straight, long on, slightly misfields it, and it carries for 4. Or does it? No, sorry. Falls short. Hard to see the boundary rope here at the ground. Just a change of bat for Gangang Suri. Not happy with it after scoring 17 runs off 7 deliveries. And squeezed out to square. It's been a pretty good over thus far for the Rising Stars. They've yet to go for a boundary, having previously done so in the first 3 overs. Can Alarm finish it off? And again, another good one, honing in on leg stump. Can he snare a wicket for his team? Just change the momentum somewhat. It's all Tigers at the moment. 41. Comes down the wicket, hits straight, hits dead straight, and hits so well. It'll carry for 6 runs. Wonderful shot. Just using the momentum of coming down the wicket and getting it on the full, but getting it right out the screws. Carries nicely over the boundary. And Thakur, he moves up to 25 now, just off 15 balls. going just as good as his co-partner, Gungan Suri, 18 off 8. Six fours between the both of them, and the 1-6. I think you saw it there, first of the innings. He goes again. This time he'll clear. It won't carry though. It's just the 4. But the fireworks continue. The Tigers flying along. 50 up now. 4 overs done. 51 runs on the board and not a wicket. It's a real concern here for the Rising Stars. The Stars need to turn this match around somehow, perhaps take the pace off the ball, go to some spin bowling. Spin bowling is an option. Perhaps not. It's Asif Lemon. He is a difficult bowler to get away. His first over, going for the 8, was just the one solitary boundary. This is edgy. Falls nicely though for the Tigers. Falls and just carries away. It's a quick outfield here at Sano. And, well, it's another boundary 4 in the book for the Tigers, but not so convincing. Asif Lemon looks to take the way ball back into the right-hand batsman, but also can keep it on a straight path. If he hits his line and length, he can be a difficult bowler to face. It's coming wide on a wide angle, pushing it across. And, gully there, restricting it to just the 1 run. Something the Tigers do very well. Between the boundary hitting, they keep scoring by running singles. Very few dot balls thus far in the match. This time it's swatted and chance, diving chance for mid-off. Had to make probably 5 to 8 metres to his left before putting the dive in. Doesn't quite stick, but a valiant effort, and one his bowler won't be too disappointed with. Perhaps just a second chance of the innings so far. Another one just wide of the keeper. This time just crunches down on it as the batsman Sudi. Misfield though, or they allow the batsman to sneak through for a second run. Can Lemon make a breakthrough for his team? 2 balls remaining. And a wide given and an appeal for a ball that was down leg side, but perhaps batsman felt he got a glove on it. Ruled not so by the umpire. And another extra. Lemon just trying to get a bit too straight there. Ideally he starts it wide and brings it back into the batsman, but it's a better line and length. It's well played. I say it's played between his legs there for another 4. Another quality for this one. We'll get a JCA replay. just got the end of it, but it was a batsman had come forward, and the ball was probably missing leg stump. But the batsman played it. Here we go here. No, sorry, next ball and an appeal, but not given. Batsman actually played it between his legs for a fine boundary. 64 after 5 overs here. 1 over remains in the power play. Slashes at it, down to mid, long on, but fall short. No opportunity really for the Tigers. Sorry, for Rising Stars. Tigers continue to fly along 65 without loss. 5 balls remaining in the power play. It's a huge run rate. Rising Stars desperately need a wicket. They need a breakthrough. They need something. Perhaps a change of ball. Bowler just showing the umpire there something he's not happy with about the ball. Alarm in the second over. Beats the batsman. Perhaps sees him coming, so digs it in short, and wide called from Dev Mishra, one of the 2 umpires, him alongside Adam. Adam Burr's doing a great job. Both, I think, long-serving standards for the game here in Japan. But played beautifully through the covers and just struck so sweetly that it's going to carry for 4. Well, that's just pure timing and technique. Lovely stroke from Sudi. He's going over a 200 strike rate. And, well, I'll see him on the highlights reel, no doubt. He's played some wonderful shots. Boundary number 5, I believe, from him. Turned fine. And just the 1 run. Here, Gungung Sudi from his 33 runs. It's included 6 fours. Going at 220 as strike rate. Unbelievable start. And this foundation for the Tigers, they'll be looking at 200 plus. Just shows the quality of the outfit. Should be a good match next weekend. But, well, Rising Stars, they still can come back. It's about how they finish these remaining 14 overs. They'll be able to drop some fielders back following this ball. Final ball of the power play. And spanked out to long off and dropped. Put down perhaps the best chance for the Rising Stars to take the first wicket. And, well, they needed it. Played out to perhaps the shortest boundary. It's around 45, 50 metres, that boundary. Would have been a beautiful shot had it carried over, but ruled 4 runs, not 6. Put down from the long off fielder. The power play comes to an end. Currently 76 without loss. That's a run rate of plus 12. In an amazing position, the Tigers, with a lot of batting to come. Rising Stars is staring down a score of, at the moment, around 220, perhaps 250. Perhaps the introduction of spin might just change the momentum. Chance for a catch. No. Long off had too much to do, really. Had to make 25 metres round to his right. It was skyward. The Kerr aiming to hit straight. He just didn't tee off as well as he could, and it hung in the air for ages. Falls safely. Rising Stars starting to create some opportunities as these batsmen are getting aggressive on almost every ball. This time just spooned out long. He's come up, he's in a mid-on position now. Chowdhury, can he make the breakthrough? Crunched. Long off, having to come around to field it. Slight misfield, but it won't cost the team anything, just a single. The last 5 overs has only been 1 dot ball in each over. Something the Tigers have done very well. Scored off boundary shots, but also picking up singles on almost every ball. The Rising Stars, they just need to create a series of dots, try and create some pressure. Perhaps this is a start. 3 singles to start the over. Can they force one of these batsmen into a mistake? Nice short of length ball there from Chowdhury. The Kerr playing a nice shot actually, just for a single. Keeps rotating the strike, keeps building the score. 80 now of what was almost 7 overs done. Spills out to the onside behind square, and there is cover out there. Had to come a long way in off the boundary. Probably 55 metre boundary there. View out to ground 2 here at Sano. Another game, perhaps to get underway at 11 a.m. It'll be a 40 over match, perhaps reduced to 35 overs given the heat factor today. It's a stinking hot day here in Sano. Temperatures up now, 33. We're getting up to 35 later on. Humidity around 60%. Feels a lot higher than that. And Surdy comes down the wicket, hits straight. Taken. First wicket falls. And finally, the Rising Stars get something. Came down the wicket, Surdy. Perhaps looking to hit straight, but it skews off the outside of the edge, and long off comes into play and takes a comfortable catch. And that'll feel better for the Rising Stars. The first wicket. Players here probably travelled up this morning from Tokyo For some, an hour trip. For others, could be 2 hours. And they've had to sit and watch the first 7 overs go for 82 runs before the first wicket is taken. It'll feel better. They have created chances, half chances. They have dropped one catch, so perhaps a change of momentum for the Rising Stars. They'll need to continue to take wickets. It's a very strong top order bat for the Tigers outfit. One of the top teams here in Japan of recent seasons. Rising Stars, sitting in a tough position. Can they turn it around? The first wicket falls. Can alarm go on? This is Asaba Ravichandran, and he just clips it easily to square. They scamper through for a quick single, and an overthrow results in a second, and Sabo's thinking of a third. No. So, and now he's asking the question again. So some sloppy fielding here, really, from the Rising Stars. They need to be better than this if they're to take the wicket of Thakur or Ravichandran. He comes in with an amazing foundation being built from his openers. 84 for one, just the 8th over. Slapped down to mid-on. Has a shy at the wicket, but I think Ravichandran would have been home comfortably. Thakur, will he continue the work? He's done 35 of just 22 balls. He built his innings well. He was going to run a ball for the first 10 or 12 runs, and since there he's just accelerated his innings. And just in the end, respected from Sabo. He's looking to drive, and then he just held his bat, held his patience, and just spooned it back safely. Of course, a member of the Japanese national team, Sabore Ravichandran, an important part of the team, both with ball and bat. No doubt will be on the plane to South Korea later in September. The Japanese national team has an important ICC qualifying tournament coming up. They'll be in Incheon, South Korea, taking on the hosts, South Korea, alongside the Philippines, Indonesia. Just ruled wide there. Adam. Thakur on strike, and chance for a caught bowled, just put down. Advancing down the wicket was Thakur, looking to be aggressive, or looking there just to lift him over the umpire's head, heading straight. Comes down the wicket again and cuts, and there is cover, backward point. but unable to restrict it. 2 runs taken from the Tigers. The worm chart continues to look very healthy for the team. They're still going above 10. For a long moment they were going at 12, but it's the momentum of wicket. Driven straight, this time it clears the bowler's hand. Long on, will restrict 3, but 2 taken, and the Tigers continue to surge here. Comes down the wicket, beats the bat, an appeal, and an appeal not only to umpire behind the stumps but also to square leg umpire. Given not out, seemed to be quite a bit of room between bat and ball. The bowler himself not going up. Just shows they need something, Rising Stars. Seems off the pitch, there's the ball, but well played again from Thakur. He cuts well, plays the offside well, does Thakur, and onside. Of course, Sabarish's partner can play all around the wicket as well, using aggression or a deft touch to guide and using guile. And just soft hands here. We've seen an example, soft hands dabbing it out to point, but realising points on the 30-yard circle. So an easy single taken, another one to the total, 93 for 1 after the 9 overs. One small victory to the Rising Stars is that they've managed to reduce the number of boundaries in the last 3 overs. For the first 6 overs, there were 1 or 2 boundaries scored every over, but the last 3, they have not conceded a boundary. So a small victory for the Rising Stars. And a chance for the bowler, and put down. The goes to play a pull shot, gets the top edge, flies probably 2-3 metres into the air, halfway down the pitch. The bowler was saying unable to grab it, and the beautiful delivery here, not given, not out, but a lovely ball there from Hussain. Pitched outside of leg, but it turned. Couple of dots here from the Rising Stars. This time again, an appeal. They scamper through for a single. Yeah, just got the bat pad, hence the appeal. I'm sure there was bat in that. But a good first up through deliveries from Hussain. And he's a bit short, but I'm sure Savarish Ravichandran, this is a good battle. He would completely understand what the bowler's trying to do here. Well, Savarish. no doubt used his foot movement to, he's come down the wicket, takes it on the full. It's an easy single out to long off. But a good over from the Rising Stars. Only going for the 3 runs. Best over thus far of the 10. 10 overs done. I believe the umpires will take a refreshments break. Perhaps not. 96 runs at the moment. Just the 1 wicket. So Tigers are well on top of this game. But the last 4 overs, the Rising Stars have pulled the match somewhat back in their favour. They've brought the run rate from 12 down to 9.5. They've limited some boundary shots. So some good field settings going on to the bowlers. Hussein's come in and bowled a beautiful leg spin over. I'm sure we'll see him back again from the mountain end, Mount Karasawa, you see in your picture there. It's another ball that beats the bat. She moved the new bowler, so the spins really worked for the Rising Stars outfit. Jamil, he comes through and around, played straight, and the Kerr just grabbing a simple single down to long on. Ismail coming through between the umpire and the stumps and around the left armour. We're looking to pitch it around middle and off, take it away from the right-hander Sabarish. He's gone too full though, and Sabarish has to go onto his toes to play a lovely shot. Doesn't get the power from it, however, so it'll be just 2. And just looking at the umpire. Two balls actually. I was just wondering whether it was a no ball. It wasn't, but 2 balls remaining. His signal to his fellow umpire. Doing an amazing job in the heat here in Japan. Be looking forward to having an innings break and getting into the tea room here. Beautiful little cafe that's, of course, got air conditioning. Flick round the corner and it'll be another single. The 100 comes up and the end of the over, 101. 11 overs done. But again, another over without conceding a boundary. Tigers looking just to accumulate through these middle overs here. I probably feel though they can bring the launch a little bit earlier. I'm sure the Kerr will still look to be aggressive. Looking healthy for a 200 plus score here. Can they get up to 220, 230? Well, we wait and see. Ravi Chandran plays this one out to long off for another single. The Kerr, I'm sure you will see some aggression here. Good contest here. The spinners against an aggressive batsman. Half opportunity again. The bowler just, the arms are on the head in anguish. What could have been, I was saying, just causing problems. Kerr gets the single. Ravi Chandran goes onto the back foot and powerfully executes this out to the covers for 4. Great shot. Not a bounce in the wicket. And he just goes, here's the replay. Just a little bit short from Hussain. But had to be executed, and Ravichandran does so well climbing onto his toes. This time he's come down the wicket. His head out is gone, aimed to gone over cover for a 6. And with deep cover and position, there was an opportunity, but no, unable to do so. Maximum 6 to Ravichandran. Well, looks like the decision of being aggressive starts now. Probably realise they haven't scored a boundary in the last four overs, and suddenly Ravichandran's gone bang, bang, 4-6. Hussain under some pressure now. Might just try and rip this ball through a little bit quicker than per usual. All he tempt Ravichandran. He's been dropped. And he almost tossed one up again. And it's Ravichandran, I believe, on strike. The screen says the curve, but number 18, Ravichandran, goes after this one. Hits it straight to cover, who spills it. And that's one that may cost them. This time he just plugs it again out to point. Backward point will field it for a single. But an opportunity, a second genuine opportunity, goes down for the Rising Stars. Catches win matches. Old cliche that often rings true, but you can ill afford to drop Sabarish Ravichandran. He's 21 off 15 now. Played a beautiful 4 shot, followed up with a bold 6. Bold in the terms of knowing that there was a long off fielder, but still taking him on, going over his head. His heart would have been in his mouth for a moment. The ball came off the bat, but did enough so to carry. 115 for 1, 12 overs gone. These last 8 overs are going to be exciting ones. It's no doubt that the Tigers batsmen are going to go after the bowlers here. And deep mid wicket coming well off the boundary quickly, restricting the second run. Shamil bowled a good up first over, and again causing problems for the Tigers batsmen. Sachin Thakur is on 44. Shamil tossing it up. He's gone after it as Thakur. Has he got all of it? No. Long on. Misfields it, you have to say, for 4 runs. Yes, he may not have taken the catch, but he could have got into position to stop the boundary 4. He just came at a wrong angle, just misjudged that. Had to get round to his left rather than coming in. And, well, the fielding here is just costing the Rising Stars. Could so easily have been another wicket. Bowled him. Finally gets a wicket, gets his man, does Shamil, and little celebration because he probably should have had him the ball before. But Thakur, after luckily getting a 4 the previous ball, goes after it again, and this time loses his stumps. Another wicket, the second wicket for the Rising Stars, 122. 120, sorry, for 2. Sachin played a great innings, really. Deserved a 50, just falling short. 48 runs coming from 37 balls. Some lovely strokes he did play, especially early on. Sachin Thakur bowled Shimu. His 48 runs came from 5 fours and that one glorious 6. New batsman for the Tigers club looks to be Noor Mohammed Ibrahim. He will be on strike. 2 balls remain. And just dabbed out to gully position, really. Point a little further out, just off screen on the 30-yard circle. Again, he's due full here, and Sabarish just drives him out to deep cover for a single. Thoughts of a second. End of the over, and a pretty good one again from Shamil. Gets the wicket, goes for 1 boundary, 7 runs from it, but getting the important wicket of Sachin. 13 overs gone now, 122 for 2. Cover coming around to field it. And another single. They do it very well to the Tigers Cricket Club in between hitting boundaries. They try to limit the number of dot balls. For the first 6-7 overs, there was only 1 dot ball and over. The others they'd scored off. Goes out to long off and dropped, but if taken, I'm sure his momentum would have carried him across the boundary anyways. It was just out of reach. The only option possibly would have been flicking the ball back in field. But as it stands, it's 6 runs. And it's not a bad way to start your innings. Mohammed Ibrahim. Taking on the long off fielder, you see there, perhaps the shortest part of the boundary here at Sano, just overlaps with field 2, ground 2. This time, as we often see with the Tigers batsmen, they hit a boundary and they follow it up with a single. This makes it tougher for the bowler. Keeps rotating the strike, keeps accumulating the score. And they're heading towards a big score here, the Tigers. Rising Stars, they'll be aiming to try and bowl, keep taking wickets or try and just limit that run rate. Hopefully under 200, 180, 190 ideally for them, but it's going to be a tough challenge with the quality of the Tigers outfit. Batters they have to come. Batters, two of them currently. Again, takes on that fielder and he just has to field. 3-4 metres outside of the boundary. 6 runs. Ravi Chandran too strong. It's a great shot off your back foot. Powerful stroke. He just muscles it, really. Confident that he can reach that boundary, even though there's a fielder directly in position. This time the deep cover fielder will do the work and does well to restrict a second run being taken. Very quick between the wickets too, these Tigers batsmen. I was saying he started so well, and now his figures don't look too good. A stray ball down leg side here. He ruled as wides, and two wides at that, with the run being taken. Game on ground two's got underway. Comes down the wicket, does Sabarit Ravichandran, and ground two fielders, they're in danger of being collecting a hit. You've got Ravichandran in such form and power. He's just taking on that long off boundary. Does it? There's the replay, and you just see the fielder. Looks to be Chiba Sharks and maybe Alpha Kosh is playing over there. I will update you on that score, but in the meantime, let's just enjoy the powerful hitting of these Tigers batsmen. Muhammad, he's hit a 6 off his first 3 deliveries, and Ravichandran, well, he continues. Now up to 38 off his 23 deliveries. Tigers building a huge score here at Sano, 145 for 2, 6 overs remain. Played to third man, who's in short. Perhaps 5 yards inside that 30-yard circle. Ravichandran, will he keep continuing going in that long off region, cover region? It's a longer boundary from this end. Long on is in off the boundary. Teammates screaming at him to get in off quickly to restrict the second being taken. He does so. Shamil dragged across to the onside. Mohammed Ibrahim does. Those boundary fielders, all of them, they're in the action a lot of the time. Deep square, deep mid on, deep long on, long off. This time it's long on again. Gets there before his deep mid wicket fielder. They both encroach upon the ball at a similar time. 2 runs picked up. That's benefiting from the execution of the shot, the positioning of the ball, dissecting those 2 fielders. This time, Ravichandran pulls, but directly to the fielder, so he'll just allow a single. And not happy with himself for Sabo. Just picked out the fielder, really. He can't be too disappointed with himself. 42 runs off 26 balls. Already made a great contribution yet again to his Tigers team. Well supported though at the top. Sachin cleared straight and cleared for 4 runs. Let's appreciate the shot first. Noor Mohammed Ibrahim brings up another boundary off his short stay at the wicket. glorious shot for 4 runs. Tigers in such a healthy position, 155 for 5 for 2. 5 overs remain. The remaining batsman can just come in, like we've seen from Ibrahim, and just be aggressive. So 14 runs coming off just 6 balls. He's going at over 200. Even if he loses his wicket, he's made a great contribution to the team. Players can come in and score 15, 20 runs off 5 or 6 balls. Just keeps that run rate above 10. Pushes that total over 200, and perhaps just give the advantage to the team batting first. Looking through the bowlers from the Rising Stars, really it's been Hossain and Shamil who've been the best of them. Everyone else has gone for 10 plus and over. Chowdhury, I guess he also went for just 7, which is in context of the game, pretty good result. He does have 2 overs remaining. Alam Gur looks to be opening from the mountain end, so it'll be his first over. Just a bit of a delay, the umpire, Mishra, just waiting till the batsman's ready. The fielders are in place and driven to cover. Important for the Rising Stars to finish these last 5 overs well. They can ill afford to be chasing a score 220. They need to somehow restrict these batsmen, bowl smartly, bowl good lines and length. Chances will be created, hence to the aggression the Tigers will play. They just need to take these opportunities, take their catches. Driven and falls well short of mid-off in a very square position. See deep mid-wicket, try and stop the second run being taken, but unable to. Long boundary, that one. Comes down the wicket, hits square again. This time, fine leg has to do the work. Just restrict the boundary, but another 2 scored here from the Tigers. 6 off the over already. This time it's driven over the covers and dissecting the field beautifully. 4 runs. Another beautiful shot from Sabarish. And that'll bring up his 50 runs. And you couldn't do so with a more glorious shot. Just opening up his front foot and playing it beautifully through that cover region. Dissecting deep point and the long off fielder. This time he's turned it round the corner. It's another 4. Dealing in boundaries is Sabo. And he's flown up to 55 just off 31 balls. Here's the replay. It's short. And it's just easy pickings for Sabarish. He's too good a batsman to be bowling there. The consecutive boundaries brings up the end of the over, 169 for 2. And Rising Stars will have to climb a mountain in the second innings. Well, they won the toss and elected to bat at the Tigers Cricket Club, and falling short of long off. Yeah, as I was saying, they won the toss, elected to bat, and with 4 overs remaining, they couldn't be in a better position. 170 on the board. It's going to be a tough chase for the Rising Stars. Comes down the wicket, creates some momentum. Chance here for long on. Spills it again, not for the first time. Have the Rising Stars put down a catch. And the batsman raced back for a second. Yeah, we saw Ravichandran earlier on being dropped at cover. At that stage, I think he was probably on around 20, 22 runs. Well, can afford to drop batsman. Squeezed and a little fortunate. By no means was Ravichandran trying to execute the ball in that direction. He was looking to go a lot more square. See the gap there between point and cover. He was either looking to play forward of point or behind point. Comes down the wicket, this time playing out to mid-wicket, and beautiful. Dissecting the fielders, just one bounce for the 4. But the execution and the placement, perfect. He's up to 67 now. Sorry, 63 is Ravichandran. As we often see, a boundary followed up with a single. His partner, just as devastating, Mohammed, going at 200 strike rate. He's punished this out to the mid-wicket, won't make the boundary. Long on, doing a lot of work out there. 3 overs remain, 181 for 2. Tigers looking to score 200 plus here. Just how high it will be in the 200s, we'll wait and see. Ravichandran, his 64 has come from just 35 balls. It's just come in and continued where his openers left off. Sachin Thakur, his 48 came off 37 balls. And Gangang Suri, well, his 41 came off just 21 balls. So the top 4 really, for the Tigers Cricket Club, doing an amazing job here. Each of them strike rates are 130, 195, 183 and 200. So not much to cheer for the fans of the Rising Stars Tokyo. Comes off the pad, called through from the non-striker. must have got an inside edge onto the pad. Whatever way, another single. In terms of run rate, Chowdhury's been the best of the bowlers. And Dev Mishra just holding up the bowler there, just getting a message in his communications, perhaps from the scorer. Just flowing off the bat. Backward of point comes round, deep backward point. Again, not in control of the shot there was Mohammed Ibrahim. I feel the luck has really gone with the Tigers players today. There's been a few instances where they've been fortunate that the balls landed in safe positions, helped also through some misfielding, some dropped catches. But we have seen also an array of some lovely stroke hitting, beautiful shots over cover. Sachin, Gangan, Sabarish and Noor Mohammed have all played some glorious shots, been treated to some lovely stroke hitting. This time Ravichandran shows us a new one. It's the ramp, and the return throw so wide they'll steal another single, so 2 runs picked up. But a new shot introduced from the cupboard of Sabarish Ravichandran. He just stepped across to the offside, aiming to ramp the bowler this time, goes after him, misses out. A rare play and miss from the Tigers batsman. 1 ball remaining and Chowdhury's over. His figure's the best of his team. Driven and long on will field it. Just the single taken, but yeah, the best of his team really. Ashik Chowdhury. He's just gone for the 6-7 per over. The rest of his teammates, well, they've gone for 14, 10 plus, a 10 plus, 12, a 14, and the next best, Shamil, the other spinner, 8.8. So Chowdhury, he'll definitely bowl another, perhaps the final over for his team. Just 2 overs remain. If you're just tuning in, it's Tigers Cricket Club taking on the Rising Stars Tokyo. Tigers won the toss, elected to bat, and are in a really good position to win this match, putting up a massive score, still with 12 balls remaining. I'd like to add another 24-30 runs to it. Ravichandran on strike. It's wide, and he misses out on it, much to his frustration. But another 12 balls to come. A win here for the Tigers Cricket Club would take them top of the table on Group B, with just 1 match remaining. Ravichandran plays a glorious shot for 6. giving himself room out on the offside. He goes down on one knee and just helps the ball on its way over behind deep square. Travelling out to ground 2 here at Sano. Hopefully we get a replay of that shot. This time goes to ramp lap. In the end, played fine for another boundary 4. And, well, he's some cricketer, is Sabarich Ravichandran. 6-4. If we don't see a boundary here, we'll probably see a single from him. This time we see the replay and just giving himself room and doesn't go low, just stands high, but just deflects the ball fine. It's a signal of an amazing hand-eye coordination and an awareness also of field positioning. This time goes onto the back foot and hoiks it over square for another 6 runs. This is lovely to watch. 6-4-6. It's the quality, choice and execution of the shots that make it a good story. Lovely shot. And again, another ball drifting across the ground too at Sano. And a change of field. Looks like they're bringing an extra player across from the offside onto the on, just strengthening up that area of the ground. But knowing Sabarish, he'll probably go over square now, go over cover. There's room on the offside and he does go out that direction, but because the ball was so full, he's just unable to get under it. Another single picked up. That's good cricket. 6-4-6-1. The 200 comes up and it's going to be a mammoth chase for the Rising Stars. Full this time. It's Mohammed who is enjoying the boundary hitting. Just full short. 1 bounce for 4. But while we've commended and praised Ravichandran, we cannot forget his contribution. Muhammad Ibrahim, his 19 just off 10 balls. Every batsman for the Tigers Cricket Club has produced here today. No one has failed. Straight, and did it clip the umpire? I think Adam got out of the way. Perhaps it came off the bowler's hand. Something took the pace off it. But it was good movement perhaps from Adam. The ball was struck squarely and firmly, and perhaps the bowler got a finger to it. The umpire doing a good job to sidestep it. And carries enough for 2 runs. 19 gone, 211 for 2. Looking across the ground too, it is a 40-over match going on. Sorry, it's been reduced to 35 overs. It's the Chiba Sharks taking on the Alpha Quashers. It looks to be Chiba Sharks batting, Nikhil Pole, alongside Dougal Bennyfield, which is good to see him back in action after recovering from a thumb injury. Dougal, of course, the head coach of the Japan national squad. Back here on number 1, the fireworks continue. The batsmen are going after absolutely everything, have been doing so since the 12th over really. They've been able to do so given only 2 wickets down. How do they finish the last over? Well, that'll be ruled wide, and Ravichandran frustrated he didn't get something on that. just trying to use his guile and lap the ball fine for 4. This time he's hit behind square. Deep square, having to do the work to chase it down. Chaudhary, as I say, the best of the bowlers for the Rising Stars, has not gone for too many runs. Perhaps just a 1, 2 boundaries from his 3.5 overs. Doing a good job here in the final over. Smacked down to long off, but won't be a boundary. The cameraman thought so, but ran along the carpet. Did Ravichandran. Brings Mohammed back on strike. Just 2 balls remain in the innings. I want maximums. This will be one. Goes over long off for a maximum 6. Mohammed Ibrahim. Perhaps so far travelling along at the lowest score of the top 4, but the most healthy run strike rate. There's the replay. He's going along at over 200, his strike rate. But all the batsmen from the Tigers Cricket Club have produced, and almost an anticlimax the last ball, not going for another boundary. But what an innings we've seen today. Absolutely superb from the Tigers Cricket Club. 225 for 2 off their allotted 20 overs. I'll quickly run through the scorecard before we take a break. Sachin Thakur and Gagan Suri started it off for the club. Sachin 48 from 37 balls and Gagan 41 from 21. Once the wickets fell, perhaps 82, the opening partnership went 82 runs before the first wicket fell, and following that, Sabarish Ravichandran comes in and again contributes for his club 89 runs of just 47 balls, including 5 fours and 5 sixes. He was partnered by Noor Mohammed Ibrahim, who again contributed 34 but just off 15 balls, the highest of all the 4 Tigers batsmen in terms of the strike rate, 227. 13 extras resulted in a total of 225 for 2. A massive effort from Tigers Cricket Club. It just shows their class and their domination. They did win the 40 over competition last year. Not sure if they won the T20, but they'll go top of the table if they win this fixture. In terms of the bowling, nothing to cheer about really. Shamil 1 for 35 and Ashik Chaudhary, the best of the bowlers for the Rising Stars Club. Chaudhary, no wicket for 33, but just the 2 of them keeping the run rate under 10 per over. So perhaps the best contributions. As a team, though, they need to come out and chase 226 runs. They'll do that in around 14 minutes' time. Do join us then. So a good start here for the Rising Stars. I'll be needing to make a good start, but backing that up here. Apologies for the delay in commentary, just a slight technical issue. Lifted over point. Will it carry? It does so, and another boundary. And one that brings up the end of the over. An excellent over and start for the Rising Stars Tokyo, 16 without loss. Puneet Kumar, I believe, to be the new bowler. Tigers club, he'll be bowling from the mountain end. He'll be looking to come back after Gurman Singh's first over, going for 16. Batsman just pulls out of his stance. Not happy about something behind the bowler's arm. Boy, have Rising Stars started with a hiss and a roar. They need to start well in chasing this massive target. Takes a big swipe at it. Misses bat. Keeper and the stumps. So we're just looking towards the umpire's signal here. It is buys. Yeah, misses everything. And they scramble back for a second run. Just pushed out to point, and a slight misfield, which will in the end cost the run. 2 runs taken. A bit of hesitation in setting off for the first run. But perhaps just aware of the massive challenge, the total that lies ahead. They made a good start, Rising Stars. They have to keep going. Rahman pulls it onto the onside. Square leg will have to do the chasing. I'll just pick up the single, so bring Saeed back on strike. Having faced 2 balls for his 2 boundaries, can he keep delivering like this? Kumar, 3 balls to come, and he's massacred. Huge shot. And what a shot from Saeed. Another huge 6. In fact, sorry, it was the first 6 of the innings. We saw a lot of them from the Tigers Cricket Club, but this is the first from the Rising Stars. Subhan Saeed. He's on 14 now of 3 balls. That is a strike rate of 466. What a start. And it's just brought Sabarish, the captain, into having a discussion with his bowler. Perhaps just another look at their field settings. They would have felt very comfortable at half-time, the Tigers Cricket Club, having made 226. That is a massive total and a difficult one to chase down for any team in this domestic cricket league here in Japan. But the Rising Stars cannot have made a better start. 26 of just the first 10 balls. Kumar will continue his work. 2 balls remain. And just squeezed out from the inside edge this time from Saeed. Perhaps instruction from captain is just try and not allow him to get under the ball. Just bowl Yorker length. Foolish deliveries, perhaps outside of off. Rahman back on strike. He's been hit, but he's been hit outside of line. So the umpire will keep the finger down and just let him know. End of the over. 2 gone now. 27 on the board. Rising Stars have made a good start to this chase. It's going to require a continued effort, though. Required run rate still at 11 per over needed. So they've started well. Can they continue? Spanked over the inner field. No, yes. Racing back, all 3 of them were to converge on that. Point cover and extra cover, and not one of them in the end could glove it, grab it. It falls safely. This is Singh bowling, Gurmar Singh. Again, he's in for a second over. Beats the batsman on this occasion. We're looking to make a statement. The Rising Stars have got off to a hiss and a roar, but surely the Tigers will come back into this. Oh, it's falling short. And just changed his decision making. Perhaps a little bit premeditated. The batsman wasn't to plan a particular shot, and then he just spooned it over the bowler's head. So falling safely, but not one that'll turn up in the highlights reel. That shot this time inside edge off to the pad, back to the bowler. 2 balls remain in the over. And better over for the Tigers Cricket Club yet to have a boundary been scored against them. Got him, bowled him. Moved a little bit of movement and took out the leg and middle. So Singh makes the breakthrough. Gurmar Singh. Sorry, just missed it on the replay there, but he started it on leg stump line and just straightened somewhat to take out middle and leg. The first breakthrough for the Tigers Club. 31 for 1. Here's the replay here. And yeah, bit of shape, bit of movement through the air for Singh. So Rahman has to go back to the pavilion. He's out bowled. His 10 runs come in at 1 a ball. So Walia was there alongside Saeed. Well, the openers did a good job. They've started at a good rate. Can they continue? That's the question. Current run rate and run rate required, both around that 11 mark. So they're on target, as I say. Not easy to do for another 17 overs. Kabir, the new batsman for the Rising Stars camp. And he just lets this one go through the keeper. Sees out the last ball of the over. 3 gone, 31 for 1. Kumar will continue from the mountain end on what is a really hot day here in Sano. 34 degrees. Perhaps an afternoon thunderstorm. We're not sure. They'll get through this match okay as we watch a huge shot. Chance, no. Long on just has to watch it over his head. That is a massive 6. It's a big boundary out there. And Saeed just, well, hopefully we get a replay of the magnificence of the shot. Saeed, he just climbs into this. And for a moment, Sabarish Ravichandran felt like he had an opportunity, but it just kept going. Big 6. Good start to the over for the Rising Stars. Got him. Bowled him. Takes out off stump. Again, Saeed has a good crack at it, but this time misses the ball as it goes crashing into his off stump. Here's the replay. A little bit of late in swing. So Kumar gets the big wicket of Dairis Sobdin Saeed. It's 24 runs, just came from 9 deliveries, 2 4s, 2 6s. Alongside Rahman, they've gotten the club off to a good start, 37 for 2, just 3 overs and a bit gone. Question is, do they have the batting depth to continue? Dead ball called as the bowler just runs through. Kumar to continue his over. Alamgir, the new batter for the for the Rising Stars Cricket Club. Just defends outside off stump. And we can see Kumar is getting some late swing coming into the right-handed batsman, so he's getting some in-swing. Difficult to play if he hits that line. The thing is, the Rising Stars can ill afford 2 or 3 dots per over. They need to keep this tally ticking. Comes forward, drives, and calls his partner through for a single to get off a mark. Both batsmen new to the crease. Alamgir and Kabir. Just having faced 3 balls between the both of them makes it really difficult. They have to be able to play strokes and continue to find the boundary if they chase this score down. Kumar starts that one a bit wide and will be called wide. This ends up in a lowish full toss. It's been clouted down to long on for a single. As you hear the school bell chime in the background, that means it's 12 o'clock local time. Hot conditions here in Sane, around 34 degrees. Maybe an afternoon thunderstorm because of the heat. Not much of a breeze for the players. As we watch Alamgir on strike, comes forward, looks to drive out to long on. Will comfortably have that covered, so just another single taken to bring up the end of the over. It's 41 for 2, 4 overs gone. Kumar Singh to continue his spell, or to ball that would have gone crashing into middle. Hence the gasp from the bowler, but is well clipped off his pads. Got him, bowled him, middle stump, smashed out of the ground from Singh. And Kumar Singh takes the second wicket. Here's the JCA replay, just jostling in. And it just smashes into the middle of middle. And the third wicket falls here, 42 for 3. Shimura with a new batter for the Rising Stars club. Rising Stars of Tokyo. He turns it onto the onside behind square, but no run taken. Did a good job with the ball, did Shimura, when bowling for his team. Created a couple of opportunities. He went for just under 8 and over. In the context of the game, he's one of the stronger bowlers for his unit. Now his responsibility lies with the bat. Creeping down the wicket, and he's bowled him. Well, try to squeeze the ball out, try to clamp down on it, but it just finds its way through and looks to have taken out leg stump. Looking at the replay here, Singh, well, he gets his third. Creeping down the wicket, hits the pad, both front and back pad, and then just deflects onto leg stump. And a little unfortunate, but that's cricket. It will go down on the book as bowled. And the third wicket for Singh. This time he gets Kabir out bowled just for the one run. Sorry, without scoring. So they're in tatters here, the Rising Stars, after making an opening, promising first 3 overs. Wickets have come thick and fast. Third wicket in 2 overs. 4 down now, just 42 on the board. And, well, looking at the run rate required, it's escalated back up to 12. And all that commotion, Chowdhury's made his way out to the wicket, is facing. He's come out in a very difficult position for his team. Tries to slap it onto the onside. Manages to do so. Long on, or just probably come 15 metres and off the boundary to field it. 1 run taken. Very difficult ask for these Rising Stars batsmen to come out and just almost immediately having to start to get runs, accumulate runs. 12 and over needed. That extra will help the cause, but it's a mammoth one. Current run rate sitting at 9, and that was thanks to the first 3 overs. The team got off to a hiss and a roar, scoring at 15 per over. Tigers have fought their way back into this match. They've got rid of the top couple of batsmen, the top order really, the top 4. Ball comes across from ground number 2. You see at the top of your picture. If I just update you on that match while there is a change of ends. The Chiba Sharks are taking on the Alpha Cautious. Chiba Sharks currently batting 105 for 1. It is a 35 over match, being reduced from 40 overs. Benjamin Ito, 20 not out, alongside Nikhil Pol, 35 not out. Just falling short of his half-century. Dougal Benningfield, 45, just off 37 balls. So the thumb must have healed. Good to see Dougal back out in the middle again after missing the last few rounds. This Chiba Sharks team, club, going very well. In the competition of both the 40 over and the T20. Driven out over the cover region for 4 runs. Good. It's a nice shot. The last 3 overs have been pretty quiet ones for the Rising Stars. Can these two forge a partnership fight back. Perhaps just, oh, it's a lovely shot, that one too. It's been beautifully fielded out at cover, but just absolutely punished it off the bat. Deserved more than the single he got. But Elmger moves to 7. Just defends this one back to the bowler. I'd dearly love to be able to just bring this run rate back to something that's manageable. Currently sitting at 12 required. I can get that down to 10. It's not going to be done easily. They need to pick up, try and score off the large majority of shots. We saw the Tigers do that so well. The number of dot balls was in the low percentile. Just a slight delay as Chaudhary counts off the fielders and their positions. 50's up for the Rising Stars at the cost of 4 wickets. Goes to play and keeper unable to haul it in. So it was a play and a miss from the batsman, but keeper got part of his body onto it, so it goes down as byes. Final delivery coming up here for Kumar. Can Elmger keep the momentum flowing for the Stars and find a boundary? And he just has to clamp down on that, a foolish delivery. So the dot ball to finish, 51 for 4, 6 overs. The power play comes to an end. After a good start, the Rising Stars have just lost a clump of wickets, and with that, the run rate, the worm chart, is starting to be separated. Tigers at this stage had 76 without loss on the scoreboard. Wide, and it would be costly wide. It'll be 5 wides, the result of that delivery, so that helps. But yeah, 76, the Tigers at the same stage, and as I say, without loss. Really big mountain to climb here for the Rising Stars. Started off beautifully the first 2 overs. Since then, it's been hard going. Comes down the wicket as Chowdhury skies it. Murdoch going back and puts it down. Whether he got a finger to it in the end, I'm not sure. He was backtracking and, just ill judgment, really. Perhaps didn't backtrack quick enough. Definitely a chance, and one hopefully that the Rising Stars can capitalise on. Gur on strike. It's been out there for the 10 balls thus far, and a play and a miss. Great delivery from Kumara's-san. It's the perfect line and length, that previous ball. If he can put his remaining 4 in that sort of area, is going to cause problems for the Rising Stars. And it does so, and in an edge and an appeal not given. Very much excited was bowler and keeper. But Adam Burr's turning down the decision quickly. Didn't hear anything, so deemed not out. Nice line and length though, troubling one for Adam Gur to play. Kumara's-san, after his initial delivery, his leg side wide, he's come back well. Again, another good delivery. Just guided onto the onside for a single. Rising Stars going at this rate is going to result in a loss. Each dot ball, each single, that run rate required just continues to climb. Now just under 13. Comes down the wicket is Chowdhury, and bowler almost follows him, allowing no room to free his arms and perhaps hit over the offside. Good thinking from Kumara's-san. Final delivery of what's been a pretty good over from him. Take away the wide, and unfortunately he's found the edge, but he has cover in third man into the over. 59 for 4. Another game this afternoon of T20 cricket, getting off in 2 p.m. local time, current time 12:20. The Sarah Knights taking on the Tokyo Wombats. So a lot of cricket coming up over the next few weeks. Do subscribe via YouTube channel, Japan Cricket, or via social media platforms. They're across all of them, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Hope you're enjoying the feed via the Indian subcontinent, fan code. Pulled, and before the cameraman trying to chase that, but it was dissected. It was in the mid-wicket region, between mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket and deep square. Well executed shot from Alamgir. It's just he had a little bit on the short side. He was able to eye it up and just play a cross-bat shot to it. Much needed boundary for his team. This time he's a little bit fuller on his length, and it causes a bit of an issue for the batsman. Manages to edge it away. A bit of length there from Kumar Jha. This being his first over. Big tall lad, can get plenty of bounce out of this artificial turf. Japan does have grass wickets, which you'll see to the right of the artificial on your screen. There's around 8 wickets there. This has been slapped and passed long off, not exactly on the boundary, probably 5 metres in off the rope, but unable to stop this. And it was just clouted from Chowdhury. It's a good shot. It was short. He stepped onto the onside, giving himself room. Just punishes it for another 4. It's tuning into a pretty good boundary for the Rising Stars. 10 off it so far. Now they'd love another boundary to finish in these last couple of the balls. Dev Mishra umpiring today, just stopping the bowler from his run-up. Short again and smashed, but deep cover does well to scramble and stop the boundary, so just a 1 taken from it. Chowdhury certainly middling the ball, seen it well. He's looked good for his 9 runs. Playing a miss to finish the over. 8 gone, 70 runs on the board. Chance, it's flowing, 3rd man under it and taken, caught comfortably, and looks to be like Sabarish Ravichandran taking the catch. Chowdhury looking to continue this onslaught, needing to keep scoring, giving himself room, looking to hit straight, thickish outside edge that just flies down to 3rd man, comfortably held by Sabarish, and the 5th wicket falls. That's half the shed now. Rising Stars running out of batsmen, needing to chase this huge total down. 226 for victory. The Tigers Cricket Club well on top here in the 9th over. Abu Hasnat Alam, the new batter for the Rising Stars, just guides this behind point for a single. Gets off the mark instantly. 71 runs up now, but still another 156 needed. Makes things extremely difficult for the Rising Stars. Run rate required now above 13. Good. You can see rightfully so. Looking to move around the wicket, try and open up areas of the ground he can hit to. Try and maximise runs for the shot. You might see him stepping across to the offside. Just tickles this round the corner for a single. Alpha crosses look hot in the outfield on ground 2. I'll update you on that score at the end of the over, but game gone on 40 over game. It's been reduced to 35 overs due to the heat factor. They're taking on the Chiba Sharks. And goes onto the back foot. Pulled. And just checking the umpire here. Just the 1 run it was, yeah. Clouds this out to mid-wicket region. Deep square has some work to do. Picks up and returns nicely. 2 runs taken though. Unfortunately, the over that went for 5 runs, not enough for the cause of the Rising Stars. Lagging behind in this contest. Mammoth total of 226 set by the Tigers outfit. Right into the over, as I said, ground 2, match going on between Chiba Sharks. They currently are 126 for 1 off 18 overs. Maximum 35 overs to be bowled. Benjamin Ito Davis on 34. Nikhil Pole alongside him on 42. So the top 3 along with Dougal as well, making contributions for the team. I believe a win there would perhaps see Chiba Sharks clear second in the competition. Yeah, it would do. They're currently second actually, but it would take them further away from third position of Max Cricket Club. Chiba Sharks fine for their first semi-finals in the 40 over format for the last 2-3 years perhaps. Back here live, it's the Tigers Cricket Club in control of the match. Kumarare-san to continue. This is 3rd over. Sorry, I just confirmed that. No, it's Vickers Shah. Of course it is. It's a good way to start 4 dot balls. Driven out to long off for another single. Singles will not do it for the Rising Stars. 6 runs and over, well below what is required. 14 now. This might be better. Might also be a chance for deep square. No, too fine. Deep square having just watched that ball sail across the boundary for 4. So a much needed one for Rising Stars. they can possibly bring the run rate required something down to 10. Going into the last 2 or 3 overs, they're a chance, but currently it's just under 16, and that's far too high with another 10 overs remaining. A lot of the silverware to be handed out in Japan occurs around September. Most of the finals, you'll see the final of the T20 in September, this format, but also the the 40 over format finalists will be announced. The T10 victors, well, it was none other than the Tigers Cricket Club. It was the first competition to get underway for the Japanese season, perhaps back in April. Tigers won that final over the Men in Blue Club, so already a piece of silverware in the cabinet of the Tigers Cricket Club. They'll be keen to add the T20 Cup as well. Going about it the right way. Another victory here will see them go top of table. 4 runs, however, some fight back from the Rising Stars batsmen in the form of Alan Gurr. 26 now off 21 balls. Does well to turn this behind deep square and also a fine leg. So this time he's gone a little bit straighter out towards mid-wicket. He's doing a good job for his team, but he needs support. Ideally, he needs 2 or 3 batsmen to come in and blast a quick 30 off 10 to 15 balls, but whether they've got the depth in their ranks, I'm not sure. Tough ask to come in. Played skillfully out to point for another single. Chance of an overthrow, and they'll take it. Don't often see overthrows from the Tigers Cricket Club. They hold pretty high standards and a pretty well-captained team, disciplined team on this occasion. They just pushed into the covers, and extra cover having to get round, so can't stop a single being taken, but they won't mind singles with the Tigers Cricket Club. It'll be just the boundaries that worry them at this stage. Fully aware of the mountain the Rising Stars have to climb. Just the remaining 5 wickets, but run rate required now up above 15. We're yet to see Savarish Ravichandran bowl, but perhaps today he'll just put that responsibility in other hands. Give himself a rest in this hot heat here too in Sano. Taken, and taken well. They're pretty good in the field as this Tigers outfit. We might get a replay up for you, but Alarm has to depart. It's George with the wicket, just the very first delivery. Gijo's much needed opportunity for the players to take on some liquids. Really hot conditions here. I feel sorry for the umpire. That's Adam there in your picture, just having to watch on alongside Dev. Dev Mishra, who's behind the stumps. He does actually get a quick drink. It's super hot here in Sano. Tochigi Prefecture alongside Saitama, just an hour north of Tokyo, two prefectures that often see the hottest recorded temperatures in Japan. Often players playing in extreme heat, really. There are rulings in place for player welfare. If it gets above 37, players stopped. Sometimes matches are cancelled because the temperatures exceed 37 degrees. Extra drink breaks are often taken in the longer format matches, the 35 over example. George continues. Again, beats the bat. He started well, has Jijo George. Hossain, the new batsman for Rising Stars. Iqbal Hossain. Drives out to point, backward point, and beats backward point. Lovely 4 runs. Great way to get your innings underway. Hossain here just leaning back and, actually his balance was on both feet, but he just cut late, getting it in front of backward point and flies away for 4 runs. Looking to hit straight, misses out. Batsman Jijo George goes in his favour. It's a good contest here. I think Hossain's come out and he's looking to play aggressively. Perhaps the match is beyond winning from this point. Just under 16 per over required. He's not going to die wondering, is Hossain. Edgy, but there's covers down there for the Tigers club. They have deep third man in place for that very shot that comes off the edge. Smart captaincy, I guess. 12 overs done and 95 on the board. Ground 2, Chiba Sharks going along nicely, 153 for 1 now on the board. Both batsmen, Nikhil Pole and Benjamin Ito Davis, have their 50s, 53 and a 50 for Nikhil. Some work to do for the Alpha Quashers. Back here, Hossain plays out to deep extra cover. Another single to the total. Rising Stars inching towards that 100 mark. Once they get there, they still need another 126 runs. So game beyond them really, realistically. However, still playing some nice cricket strokes. This one here off the back foot. Down to the deep mid-wicket sweeper, really. He's in a sweeping position. He could be in chance here for a catch. And no, falls well short. Doesn't middle it at all. So just going through the motions, really quick over being bowled here from Bardwaj. I believe it is Manoj Bardwaj. His first over. He's flying through it. This match due to finish in 19 minutes. They're on target pretty much. Good to see. I think worse than matches dragging on behind the required rate. It's due to the good job of the umpire on screen there. Adam Burrs and Dev Mishra keeping the game ticking, keeping the game moving. The win here will put the Tigers on top of the table. As mentioned earlier, they're in Group B, sitting currently in second place to Sano. Back here, though, they continue with Jijo George to bump ball. Often called a crowd catch. Not too many people in the stands today. You wouldn't want to be sitting in the stands. It would feel like 40 degrees sitting on there. There are some people scattered under the trees and in the shade. Both teams under the tents. This is a nice shot, played late, played out to the point region. It was aerial, but there was no way that backward point could grab that. Another boundary shot to Hussain. This time he goes onside. Looks to hit hard. There is cover out there at deep mid-wicket. But these two forming a good little partnership together. Six wickets down and only 6.5 overs remaining. It's too immense a job. They can take positives from this match and how they play out these remaining overs. 160 for 6 is a lot better than being bowled out. This is a wide ball and it's been called by the umpire Dev Mishra. Tonked over extra cover, and the batsman just take a single. Perhaps 2 was on, but in context of the match, perhaps just preferring to look after their own welfare in this extreme heat, just take the single. Another wide, offside wide from the bowler Jijo George. Big swing and a miss. Looking to play George out onto the onside. Be able to hit through the ball and try and exert energy and power from it. The shortest boundary is to the left of the camera. What would be a shot down to long off from the batsman. Almost where he's looking to go there. Wide called. comes down the wicket and punches it down to long off. It'll be just a single. He hit it so well. Gurr has played a good innings for his team. He's been the one anchor, really. Everyone else has come and gone quickly. The team did get off to a hiss and a roar through Sunny Rahman and Soban Saeed. First wicket fell for 31 runs, but that was still in the third over. So started really well, but it's been the regular wicket since then. Dragged onto the onside and perhaps pushing, thinking about a second. No, just the one taken. After Rahman and Saeed had to return to the 10, wickets fell at a regular pace. 1, duck, 9, 7. Hit wide of extra cover, long off having to do the work. Again, just a single taken. Bhardwaj, the bowler, in his third over. Hussain giving himself room, bowled him. Gone, and not much of a celebration, but his first wicket for Bhardwaj. And, well, batsman looking to give himself room to hit over the cover area. Perhaps down to long off is being bowled. It's Alam Gurr who has to go. Played a pretty good innings, 38 runs just from his 34 balls. Included 5 fours. He's been the best of the batsmen for his team. But in general, Rising Stars Tokyo will fail in their mission to accomplish the 226 required. Always going to be a stiff challenge for the team. Par score perhaps around 160 here, 170, 180. Generally can be defended if you bowl well, but score over 226, well, it's been too high a mountain to climb for the Rising Stars. Number 9 comes in and having to chase a required run rate of 20 per over. The remaining 5 and a bit overs, it's just too big a ask. Robin, the new batsman, gets one off the edge and it just flies just over or out of reach of backward point. Bhardwaj felt there was an opportunity there, another wicket perhaps to fall in his hands to put him on a hat trick, but wasn't to be, and Robin's off the mark with the double. Plays a textbook shot out to extra cover. Loses his shape and balance somewhat, Robin, as he looks to play this fine of square leg. End of the over, 5 remaining now here at Sano on a really hot day, coming up 1 o'clock, around 35 degrees. The Rising Stars of Tokyo struggling. They're in a hole, one that they'll be unable to climb out of, really. In the context of the game, 226 runs, too big a ask for the team. Perhaps a score of 150, 160 could have been chaseable for the team, but this chase has just proved a bridge beyond We'll see, no doubt, the Tigers Cricket Club take a win here to go top of the table, top of table B. They will surpass Sano Cricket Club, who also remain unbeaten, but have been docked a couple of points for a discrepancy. Good matchup next weekend, those two clubs taking on one another, Tigers versus Sano. Big swing and a miss, and a look towards square leg umpire to see if the ball was a legitimate one. It was, or perhaps has one for the over. To see the short ball being used effectively. Goes short again, but has been carted out to mid-wicket. Mid-on doing the work. Just another run taken. And this time gets a lot more of it off the wood, but it's been doing a really good job out there, the long on. Big appeal goes up on ground too. Carries well with our speaker down there, our microphone. Driven and caught. Caught and bowled. And Wickets Kumar. It's a good catch. May not have got it on his first grab. Certainly did in the second. Driven hard, taken cleanly. And just gave himself a bit of time by bringing the hands back, but a clean catch taken, a good catch. The 8th wicket falls, Rising Stars continue to lose wickets at a regular interval. There's one ball remaining in the 16th over, 116 for 8. Asif Lemon, the new batter for the Rising Stars Tokyo team. He's coming in at number 10. He's coming in needing 26 per over. So forget about the contest. Think of other positives he can take. Doesn't matter where you bat, it's how you bat. So perhaps an innings, a good innings here can have him promoted perhaps in future games. 4 overs remain, 118 on the board. A win here for the Tigers, as I say, will take them top of the table. They'll surpass Sano, but it'll be a good matchup next weekend between Sano Cricket Club and the Tigers Cricket Club. As I say, that match to get underway in 7 days' time, next Saturday. It is an afternoon game. Prior to that, we also see another good matchup. The Falcons taking on the Kawasaki Knight Riders. So another two teams that sit atop of the table of Group B. Just a freeze there from the bowler Kumarja. Or is it, sorry, that... no, sorry, of course. New bowler, and it looks to be Bhardwaj. Back for his final over, I think. Number 218. It is. It's Bhardwaj. Dead ball. Lemon playing a miss. Just this second delivery yet to get off the mark. And defended back to the bowler for no run. So Tigers well on top here, bowling to the lower order batsmen. They'll want to bowl them out, try and tick off another performance indicator and bowling the opposition out. 2 wickets needed to do that. While the Rising Stars, well, they just have over 3 and a bit overs to try and get the score up to something a bit more respectable. Driven down to long on for another single. Final ball of Budwaj's spell. 1 for 21 his figures. How does he finish today? He's been hit straight and hit straight enough. No, he doesn't quite have the power for it to carry for 4. Mid on, doing well to come round and just restrict that to a single. And the end of the over, just 3 remain here at Sano. Coming up 1 o'clock local time. It's been a hot day for these players. It's around 34 degrees. Add to that the humidity and the sunshine. Probably feel like near 40, especially if you've got a helmet and pads on. Not comfortable conditions by any means in the heat. They'll be keen to have these 3 overs done and get into the cool. Take on some liquids. I believe there is a match tomorrow for the Tigers club. I believe have a 35 over match planned. As for the Rising Stars, I'm not sure. Driven down to deep mid-wicket. Good arm coming in from the boundary rope there. Good strong arm. So just 17 deliveries left in this match. Rising Stars it's now become mathematically impossible. The required run rate 36.35. So barring wides or no balls, just falling short of short third man. Barring wides or no balls, victory will surely go to the Tigers Cricket Club, who will go top of the table. Rising Stars will have one more match following this one. It'll be a match that they'd dearly love to win, because at this stage they won't make the quarterfinals. Perhaps a win in their final match will give them a mathematical opportunity depending on other results, but for them it could end in a disappointing season. Club also struggling in the 40 over format, where they sit down the bottom of the table. Lemon gets himself a little tangled up in trying to play that stroke. Final ball of the over. And now Kumar's first over finishes as a pretty good one. Just the 4 runs coming from it. 126 for 8, Rising Stars. We'll be looking at a loss here. The last match for the Rising Stars will be against Men in Blue, coming up on August 17th. Tigers, their last match, will be coming up against Sano Cricket Club in 7 days' time. We'll have broadcast that game for you, so do tune in. Do subscribe to Japan Cricket. Follow us on social media outlets. Short ball and wow, executed well. Didn't look pretty, but in the end, the execution, he gets bat on it and clobbers it for 4. Here's the replay. Kumara-san digs it in short, and although he sort of drops his head, perhaps takes the eyes off the ball, he executes the shot perfectly with the bat. Much needed 4 for respectability for the Rising Stars. Goes again, and 4 runs. Great start to the over here. And, well, Sheik Robin just showing what he can do with the bat. He's 15 off 10 balls. He can perhaps looking for promotion down the order. Came in at number 9 for his team. This time he's going straight over the bowler's head, and it'll carry 4 runs. Consecutive 4s here and over number 19. Perhaps getting them up to something around par, score of 150. So perhaps if needing to travel home today or tomorrow afternoon, they can take some positives out of this game. Clamps down on this one, does Robin. Two balls remaining. It's been a good one thus far for the Rising Stars. 12 offered. Bowled him. Well, it wasn't going to die wondering, was Robin. He was looking to hit. We saw the first 3 deliveries pumped around the ground, consecutive boundaries. This time, Kumarare-san gets one past the bat, crashing into middle and off. It's the 9th wicket to fall, and just 7 balls remain. Can Rising Stars tick off the allotment of 20 overs? Will Tigers bowl them out, take an early drink perhaps, or get into that tea room to get the cool air of the aircon and the wonderful little cafe? It's a good spot to watch cricket here at Sano. I've got a couple of TVs set up in the room. It's probably around 20 degrees in there, and you can buy food and drink. 4 and 20 Aussie pies, always one of my favourites when visiting the cafe there, but also a range of drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. It is open to the community, so do visit, do enjoy a tea, something a bit stronger in the form of a beer, perhaps sake. A nice cool beer wouldn't go amiss on a 35-degree day here in Sano at the moment. Final legitimate ball coming up for Kumaraya-san. He's taken 2 wickets for 26. This is final ball of the 3rd over. Buryan, the new batsman, number 11 for his team, just defends that delivery, doesn't want to lose his wicket. Perhaps giving Limon a chance in this final over to get that score up to 150. 6 balls remain, 139 for 9. Final over coming up. And an appeal to start off the first delivery. Turned down, rightly so, from the umpire. Coming over the wicket. It's Anil Kumar for the Tigers team. Bowling his offies, and it's half chance there for a run out. And just looking towards the umpire here. He has. He's been run out, caught short. Just watching the body language. And here's run out, caught short. Some fine work from the point fielder. Buyan looking to play and, as Limon get down the other end. It was Buyan on strike. Perhaps trying to get off the mark, played out to point, set off for a single, but was turned down. So on his return, he was run out by point fieldsman and brings up the end of the game. 10 wickets lost from the Rising Stars. A chase that got off to a great start after the first 2 overs just continued to worsen from there. A little bit of a fight back towards the end perhaps, but 140 bowled out in the 20th over. A comfortable win here to the Tigers Cricket Club. If I just run through the scorecard, well, you need to look at the Tigers batting first. All 4 of them produced runs. Thakur 48, Suri 41, Ravichandran 89, and Ibrahim with 34 got it up to a massive score of 225 for 2. In reply, the Rising Stars, they couldn't really come out and had to come out and chase that with a high required run rate. Rahman 10 and Saeed 24 got them off to a pretty good start. The anchor of the innings really was Alam Gur, his 38, with a good contribution from Robin down the end of 19, but it was always a mountain too high to climb for the team. The bowling for the Tigers Club, 3 for 23, Gurmar Singh, the pick of the bowlers, backed up Rao with Kuramara San, 2 for 26, but in the end, a convincing win here to the Tigers Cricket Club, winning by 85 runs. They go to the top of Table B. Do join us for more cricket. Do subscribe to Japan Cricket. Find us on all the social media platforms. I hope you've enjoyed today's match, especially if you're watching via fan code in the Indian subcontinent. Good afternoon. Do join us if you wish for the second match of the afternoon. Sarah Knights taking on the Tokyo Wombats. That match gets underway in just under 50 minutes. Otherwise, do look forward to future Japan cricket content coming up over the following 2 months. Do enjoy your afternoon. Good afternoon.